Okay, let's keep going with this baby algebra series. So here we want to solve system of equations. And those are linear equations. By linear, we mean the power of x, the power of y, just 1. Right, so by default, the exponent of x is 1, the exponent is y is 1. So we call linear equations. So two linear equations together, we want to solve, we call system of equations. So how do we solve these equations? Two equations with two variables. Basically, we want to get rid of one variable. So the first equation is 2x plus 3y equals 5. The second one is 5x minus y equals 4. Here, maybe you want to use elimination method. We want to multiply 3 on both sides of the equation. Because by doing so, we get 15x minus 3y equals to 12. So let's call this equation first one. Let's call this one second one. Now, if we add those two equations, right, we add vertically. We add x term with x term, y term with y term. We keep the equal sign. We add numbers with numbers. So when we add the y term, you see 3y and the negative 3y are additive inverse. So when we add those two, that becomes 0. So that means we get rid of y term. So okay, 2x plus 15x, we get 17x. Then 3y plus negative 3y, that's 0. 5 plus 12, that's 17. We divide by 17 on both sides, so x equals to 1. Right, we call this method elimination method. So we got rid of one variable. In this case, we got rid of y term. So once we have the solution for x, we can go back to the either equation to solve x. Well, let's go to this one. Right, so we have 5 times 1 minus y equals to 4. Maybe you want to move negative y to the other side, it becomes positive y, right? We move positive 4 to the other side, become negative 4. 5 times 1, that's just 5. 5 minus 4, which is 1. So y also equals to 1. So the solution for this system is x value is 1, y value is 1. So this is a solution. Solution is a point with x value first, with y value second. Okay, we do same thing for 46, right? We're solving this system of two linear equations. This we see we can add directly, right? Because if we add the two equations, 3y plus negative 3y, that becomes 0. So we get rid of y term. 2x plus 4x, that's 6x. 3y plus negative 3y, that's 0. 2 plus 1, that's 3. Then we divide by 6 on both sides. So 3 divided by 6, which is a half. So once we have x value, we can substitute into either one. Well, let's substitute into the first one. Because 2 times half, that's 1. Plus 3y equals to 2. So 2 times half, that's 1. 1 plus 3y equals to 2. Then we minus 1 on both sides. Right? So 3y equals 1. That means y equals to 1/3. We divide by 3 on both sides. So the solution for this system is x is a half, y is 1/3. So this actually have a picture meaning because we know each linear equation is a straight line, right? The solution means the two lines intersect at this point. So the solution to the system is the intersection of the two graphs. Now let's see 47. So this one a little bit troublesome. So we have 3x, 2x, 4y, 3y. Right? Maybe if we want to still use elimination method, maybe we want to multiply this equation by 3. Then multiply the first one by 2. Because we want to get rid of one variable. That means we want to make the same coefficient for the x. Okay, then the first equation becomes 6x plus 2 times 4y, which is ay. 2 times 4, that's 8. Then 3 times 2x, that's 6x. Then plus 3 times 3y, that's 9y. 3 times 5, that's 15. So we have those two new equations. Right. Let's call this first one. Let's call this the second one. We want to use the first one, subtract the second one. Right, because 6x minus 6x, that'll be 0. 9y minus 8y, it just becomes 1y. 15 minus 8, that's a 7. So once we have the solution for y, we can substitute into one of those equations. Let's substitute into the second one. 2x plus 3 times 7 equals to 5. 3 times 7, which is 21. So 2x plus 21 equals to 5. Subtract 21 on both sides. 2x equals to 5 minus 21, which is negative 16. Divided by 2, so x equals to negative 8. So the solution for this system is x value, negative 8, y value, 7. Which means those two straight lines intersect at the point negative 8, comma 7. Let's see this one. This one, we see the second equation can be simplified because they all have a common factor of 2. So let's divide by 2 on both sides. 14x divided by 2 gets 7x. Negative 14y divided by 2 get negative 7y. 34 divided by 2 gets 17. Right? Then we have 4x plus 7y. The first equation, I'm going to just write down the first equation. Now I can add those two. When I add those two, 4x plus 7x, that's 11x. 7y plus negative 7y, that becomes 0. 5 plus 17, that's 22. Divided by 11 on both sides, we get x equal to 2. Then we substitute into the first equation. We have 4 times 2 plus 7y equals to 5. 2 times 4, that's 8. Plus 7y equals to 5. Subtract a on both sides. 5 minus 8, negative 3. Divide by 7 on both sides. So get negative 3 over 7. That's our y value. So the solution for 48 is x value is 2. Y value is negative 3 over 7. Okay, so this is how we solve system of linear equations.